Hey guys, what's up? Today we are not doing the unboxing, we are doing the review of the new Baldr-S weapon light from Olight. Like it or not, it's from Olight. So let's talk about it. Alright, so yes, this is a light from Olight. I know. According to all my other videos, there's people that are extremely polarized by this. And if you don't like Olight because of the name Olight, then don't watch the video. That's perfectly fine with me. I will say straight up and right off the front of the train, however it's supposed to go, this light was given to me by Olight. All right, that to me doesn't sway my opinion on this one way or the other. If I don't like it, I didn't spend money on it, so I don't have to say good things about it. I'm not contractually bound to say good things about it. If I say good things about it, it's because there's good things about it. If I say bad things about it, it's because there's bad things about it. All right, so we're gonna get into this. Take what I say with a grain of salt if you have to, but if you followed my channel for very long at all, you should know I don't just say a bunch of stuff just for the sake of saying a bunch of stuff. I do a lot of rabbit trails, I get lost on topics and things, but I try to give you good information, okay? So this is as true information as I can possibly give you with the experience that I have, not the words that I heard somebody else who thought that they heard somebody else say something, okay? So again, take what I say with a grain of salt if you have to, but we're going to get into this. Okay, so the Baldr-S. I've had this for probably about, how long has it been? A couple weeks. And as far as the light portion of this, turn it on, just the light. It's 800 lumens, right? If I take the suppressor off, you don't get that big old shadow, but it's 800 lumens. I have done some pretty, I would say, I don't know if you'd say significant, but I would say thorough testing as far as the battery life on this thing goes. The battery life, I'm going to pull it out so that I don't misquote myself, because I don't want to do that. I'm going to give you, again, as good information as I possibly can. This has got a couple different features on it. Let's go over that. I'm going to try to keep this organized, but you know me, sometimes it's a little scatterbrained, so bear with me. You have a high beam, right? If you click these little paddles on the side, right, reminiscent of some very other unnamed lights, yeah, we'll just leave those unnamed. If you bump it twice, you go to this low setting, okay? This low setting, I'm going to go ahead and read off the information for you. Again, I'm not the most high quality professional out there, so I don't always have everything right out in front of me and memorized like I probably should. Alright, so I'm going to read off here, and I'm going to cut out some of that because that was just me reading the paper and not having everything memorized like I'm supposed to. But I'm not a professional at this, so yeah, again, here we go. What do we have it on right now? This is the low beam, right? So low beam is 100 lumens, okay? Remember back in the day when 60 and 65 lumens were tactical and blinding light? I remember that. And that makes me feel a little old, but it's not that long ago. 100 lumens at the time was like, whoa, you got 100 lumens. And yeah, you got 100 lumens. If you toggle it again 2 times, you'll get your full 800 lumens, okay? And it stays on whatever mode you had it, which is nice. I like that. I don't like lights that you have to toggle. Those aren't weapon lights in my opinion. If you got to toggle a whole bunch of stuff to get different things every time you want to use the light, it doesn't work. It needs to be dummy proof. You need to hit the button and it needs to work, right? That's how this guy is. You hit the button, it was on high last time, it's going to be on high this time. If I turn it on low and it's on low, I turn the light off and I turn the light back on, it's still on low. It's going to stay at the last thing that you put it on, and I like that. I like that a lot. That's a big reason why I carry certain flashlights for personal protection and just for EDC stuff versus other lights, because they have to have toggles and buttons and it's just a mess. Alright, so high and low. You have a high beam, you have a low beam, you also have a laser. You toggle between your laser. I didn't understand this whenever I unboxed the video, but you toggle between your laser. Right now it's just the light. You go to the middle. There's this little piece right down here by your buttons that goes back and forth, and so you have in the middle you have your laser, and I think it actually showed up in the video after I looked at it, but you have your laser and your light, and then if you toggle all the way down, if I can find it, there you go. There, now you just have your laser, okay? So that's how you toggle between these things. It's not easy to accidentally bump, you know, to bump that off. You have to intentionally toggle those things. You're not going to accidentally catch it on something, which is good. Again, kind of keeps it dummy proof. It's a very simple thing. You don't have to toggle through a whole bunch of stuff. It's either light and laser, or it's just light and laser, or laser, right? Pretty simple. Talking about the beams, right? We had 800 lumens at high. 100 lumens at low. I don't know much information about the laser specifically, except for the fact that it is a, turn on, laser. It is just a green laser, right? And I've never done a whole lot of training with lasers, like did a smidgen of a little bit back in the Marine Corps, just a smidgen of a little bit. But I can see the benefit of it. A guy that I used to work with in the sheriff's office, he used it on his gun, and he is a guy that I'm not going to try to use his credentials at all to justify what I'm saying, but he used it in a very professional career field, I'll say that. And he told me some different points and things, and I'm not going to try to regurgitate that to you, but it kind of convinced me that there is a field for this stuff. For a laser on a pistol, there is very, very good points for it. It's very specific use, but it's very, very good when you have it and you know how to use it. So I need to learn how to use this a little bit better. But it's pretty practical. Where it's practical, it's very practical. Okay, let's talk about run times real quick. I stumbled through this a couple times, so we're going to try to get through this in one take. So here we go. On high only, light only, their advertised runtime is about, 40 minutes, okay? Right? Yeah, 40 minutes on high only, no laser. I personally got 45 minutes, 37 seconds, so right about 45 minutes. What I noticed is that there wasn't a tapering off, a noticeable tapering off effect with the light. Some lights will do that, they'll bump down. Some of the Olights, some of the other Olights, the Odins I have, they kind of taper down. I didn't really notice it, okay? Now, I didn't sit here for 45 minutes and watch the light, but I set up a GoPro, I set up a timer, hit the light, hit the timer, and let it roll. And in watching the box, right, the light in the box, and watching to when it, the light turns off, I didn't see any major stepping down. It stayed bright, right, until it finally went off, and when it went off, it just shut off, okay? There's pros and cons to that. Some people will like it, some people won't like it. It's your flavor of the month, whatever, I don't know. I kind of like it because I'd rather deal with the light that's going to be on when it's on, and yeah, if it goes out, it goes out. But in general, with the way these things are, the way you can charge a battery, you can keep it charged every day, right? If this was an EDC thing, again, some people may not like that, but if this was your EDC thing, you could keep it charged overnight, pull your gun out, put it in your holster, and you're ready to go. Or some holsters have cutouts for these things in them anyway, so just charge it up. It makes sense to me. Anyway, on high, I got 45 minutes, roughly 45 minutes, right over. On high and laser, they advertise high beam on, or green laser on, they advertise about 33 minutes, okay? I got 40 minutes, right? So it did step down about 5 minutes. The laser burned up about 5 minutes of battery, but about 40 minutes of high and laser. Same thing. There wasn't a huge dwindling effect. When it was out, it was out. There's a bunch of these to try to get them in order. I just put, I don't even know if they have laser only, but laser only, that took, how long did that take? Laser only, 6.5 hours basically. For 6.5 hours, the laser just stayed on. That was a long time. I think I did that on Sunday, and I set it like before I went to church in the morning, and then after I got back, I like kept waiting and waiting, coming in and checking, It was like, it took forever. But 6 hours and 30 minutes. I don't know what a regular laser runtime is, but that's pretty good to me. And again, no major dwindling effect. When it was on, it was on. When it was off, it was off. On low only, they advertise, what did they advertise? I never even looked at that. 140 minutes, so 2 hours and 20 minutes. I got 2 hours and 30 minutes, so a little bit better in general, and that's kind of the trend that I'm seeing. They're not overshooting it. In my opinion, they're not overshooting their time. Maybe after a little bit of time, as you use the battery, as you use the light, the battery won't hold as much charge or something. I don't know, but I noticed this in the Olights, in the Odins as well, that their runtime seemed to be a few minutes more than what they advertise as, and I like that. I would prefer that versus the opposite. But on low only, 2 hours and 30 minutes, and then low with a laser, I got 1 hour and 50 minutes. They got 90 minutes. So again, 1.5 hours. So there you go. So in general, you're gonna get more out of, you're gonna at least get what they say, if not more, right? Out as far as runtime. That's a lot of information, and I hope it came out all right. But anyway, we took this out to the range. I'm gonna show you some footage. I'll slide that in here in just a second. But we brought this out to the range. I zeroed it, and I'm gonna tell you, I'm not exactly sure what I said at the range. I was doing a bunch of different stuff that day. I basically, at the beginning of the day, I sighted in the laser. At the end of the day, after shooting not only this gun, but a bunch of other guns, shooting other videos and doing different things, I might have been off a couple yards. I thought I was at the exact same place, and maybe I was at the exact same place. I should have taken better note But when you're sighting in a laser that's this far below, right, the bore, right, your laser is going to be pointed up. So at some point, you're going to be shooting high. I think that's what happened. But take a look at the footage, and we'll get back to this and wrap up this video. Alright guys, so we've been out shooting today. I shot a little bit more with this. Not everything was on camera, obviously. But we're shooting about 50 rounds, alright? And that's, for right now, that's just what we got, so it is what it is. Shooting with a suppressor on, whatever that's going to do to a 0, I'm not exactly sure. But just having it on there to, you know, just to see if it holds 0 or anything. But specifically the laser. We're not really talking about the light, specifically the laser. So I'll show you the before target, or the sight-in target, and it looks a little messy and everything, but honestly it is what it is. It's as best as I can do out here without a rest, just shooting offhand at like 10 yards or whatever this is. This is not very far. And a green laser, I'm glad it's green because it does kind of seem to stand out a little bit more, but it's bright out here. It's bright enough, right? It could be brighter, but in the box that I have the target in, it's kind of a little bit shaded, so I can kind of see the laser. But this would work way better in a dim, like evening or inside or something like that. Inside it'd be great, but out in the bright sunlight, this is, yeah, visible lasers aren't really that great at much distance, okay? I don't care who makes them, they're not really made for that. So here's the last, I think we got 10 rounds. I'm just gonna try to put as much of a 10 round group as I can into the one dot that we have right over here. It's on the left, you're not gonna be able to see it. And you probably, I don't know if you could see the laser. I don't know if you can see the laser or not. I'm gonna zoom in for you because you don't really need to watch the gun go off. But if you can see the laser on the piece of paper, that might be a little bit more interesting to kind of try to see. So here we go, we're gonna try it. 10 rounds, see if 0 shifted at all or if anything happened. And this is some finicky, what is this? Winchester brown box stuff. Okay, so here we go. 10 rounds, as close as we can keep on accuracy. Okay, so I actually have those targets here with me, and I figured I would just show them real quick because it might have been a little confusing in the video. I don't know, I don't remember. This is the sight-in target. All these shots all over the place, yeah, it was kind of crazy. But there were 3 shots at the very end that confirmed my 0. These 3 shots inside the sticker, right? Those are my confirmed 0. Good to go. Then I shot all the rest of the stuff, went about and did a bunch of other videos. At the end of the day, I came back and shot this target, right? 10 shots, I believe it's 10 shots, aimed right here, and all my shots were a little bit high. You can see that in the video. You should be able to see that in the video. Again, depending on your distance, right? And with this much of a usually you're talking about height overbore. This is height underbore with your laser. If I had backed up a couple yards, not very far up, but a couple yards, that laser is going to be pointed up, and your trajectory of those rounds are not caught up with that yet. Does that make sense? It's not zeroed. So if I had stepped back, I should have put a definitive line in the sand, and I'll do that again at a different time and confirm stuff later. But I strongly suspect that that was the issue. I don't think anything happened, because you can see the consistency of how this guy was. The 0, or the accuracy, right? There's accuracy and precision. Precision is hitting at what you're aiming at. Accuracy is keeping everything tight. Accuracy-wise, offhand, I should be able to do better. I think the laser did what it was supposed to do, okay? So I'm just gonna leave that there. That is what it is. Again, take it with a grain of salt. So anyway, guys, I like this. Personally, I like this. Not in this video, I'm gonna compare this light with some other options in the same size group, I'll say, but I'm not gonna put them in this video. That would be a comparison video. It's a pretty competent contender. I don't know how else to say that. It seems to be doing a very good job at what it does, to me. to me personally. Now, for other people out there, they may not like it. They may not like it because the name. They may actually have one and not like it. The only few people that I know that actually own lights like this, they like them. They got them for specific reasons and they like them, okay? If I was to have any cons with this light, it would be two things. It'd be that you can't change the battery. As far as I know, you can't change the battery. You can't take the battery out. It's not like a rechargeable 123A or something like that to where you could keep some spares on hand, and if you needed to just to change the light out or the battery out, you could just change it out. I would like that. I really would like that. That'd be awesome. But right now they can't do that. You got to charge it. So it kind of has the same thing, the same con that I have with another high-end flashlight. That again shall remain nameless, but it uses a proprietary battery that you can recharge, but it's a proprietary battery. So same kind of thing, but you can't even change out these batteries, you gotta charge it. So it is what it is, and then the other thing is that as of now, they don't have any other mounts. This would be really cool, if I can get this guy off, this would be really cool if they made some different mounts, right? That would fit on, say, a 43X MOS or 48 MOS. That would be really cool because they could leave the light itself alone because this works independently, right? This works independently, and that would be really cool. And just change out your little mount thing. I think there's some potential there, and having the modularity of this is pretty cool. I had somebody comment on the unboxing video that they didn't like the mount or something to that effect. I kind of agree with you. It looks a little different. It's a little funky, but it's very adaptable to different frames. I like that. It's not overly bulky. If it was mounted on here, like I've seen some lights have to be, and it was hanging way down here, I wouldn't like that. That's not going to work. This is flush across the bottom, like many other, I almost said optics lights in this size. So anyway, that's enough of me rambling. That's this light right here. I personally like it, whether I bought it or didn't buy it. It impresses me. It honestly impresses me. Something else that they sent is this little flashlight right here. This is what, the X9R Cell. I didn't know that this is a new light. I thought this was just something else that they threw in the box. I have this on my keychain that I don't have here with me, but I'll throw in a picture of it. This is a little bitty keychain light, basically. The smallest little bitty, it looks like, when I showed it to my daughter, she thought it was like a little princess light for her baby dolls and stuff like that, which probably should be. Maybe down the road I'll give it to her, but right now it's on my keychain, which is somewhere else. But a little bitty teeny tiny flashlight. It's got like 30 hours of runtime. I think it's like 2.5 lumens, but just for like finding the keyhole or something small. But the thing is like half the size of my pinky. It's really cool, okay, for a teeny tiny little bitty light. All right, they're running specials on different things. I'm not going to repeat them here. I'll put a picture at the end of some of the summer specials and stuff they're running. I don't need to try to sell it. If you liked this stuff, go check it out. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to watch the videos. You don't have to look at this stuff, all right? Anyway, guys, if you have any questions about either one of these lights, particularly the Baldr-S, I like it. I'm just going to say that. I do like it. I think there is a place for it. I think it has a purpose. And I'm excited to throw it on some different guns, some different things, and really try it a little, put it through more paces, try it more, the laser and all that kind of stuff. I think it's got some really cool potential. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoy that. Y'all be good, to be safe. I appreciate you hanging here with me. That's pretty much it, all right? Y'all take care, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next video.